Hello, everyone, and welcome back to X's Commentaries. Tonight we have for you logical decisions. Hold on, oh, never mind. Sorry, got distracted by them talking to me loudly. Logical decision versus Devil Keggs, Division B West Coastal Finals. Joining me tonight is none other than Key.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Good to be
Uh,
here again.
yes. So logical decision is the higher seed, so they get to automatically win the coin flip. Uh, they opted for first pick. Devil Keggs banned out Cursed Hollow and Brax's Holdout. Logical Decisions banned out BOE and Volskaya. And then Devil Keggs picked Towers of Doom for the first map. How do you feel about that map?
Um, I think it's the best map in the in the entire map pool. I always like playing or casting the maps because of just how unpredictable it can be because you never know until the game ends.
Devil Keggs is currently 2-1 on the map that they selected here. They have a positive win rate, and that's always something you want to look for when you're going to a game like.
Yes, it's all about controlling the bottom lane. So it depends on what kind of comps that they are going to draft. It's basically the priority that the teams are looking for.
Devil Keggs has played Abathur once, but they did lose with it, so I don't think they'll quite move into that. They've played Junkrat a couple times, might move into Junkrat for the bot lane. They've played Dahaka a couple times. They like the Arthas, they like the Blaze, played Chen a handful of times. So they have a lot of options for that top lane. They've even played Zeratul and Zul. They lost once with Zul the time they played it, so that's always there's got a lot of options there for the top lane. For that duo lane, really. How's logical decision?
Um, they are 1-1 on the map for this season. Um, they like to play Abathur, even though they only played once. I think Sylvanas is another hero that you didn't mention just now. It's going to be a priority as well for either team. I think they both played it 4 times. I'm not. I think that's it. So it would be interesting. Can't wait to see how the draft unfolds.
Team's saying they're ready, so it's going to start any second now. Uh, Also see that we have a hammer pick for Devil Keggs. And so, could see something spicy along those lines. I'm trying to see if they have anything else super spicy. A couple Sylve games. Sylve is always super good as well. And it looks like the teams are ready, so we're about to head straight into draft here any second now. Really see how these teams want to pick. Going into Game 1 of Division B West Coastal Finals. Best of 5 series, logical decision versus Kevil the Keggs. So, logical decision has the first pick here. What are you looking for from them?
Not sure. By this time, I think like teams are kind of heavily looking into kind of target banning. So I'm not sure what kind of research they've done on their opponent. I know B Train likes to play the Chen, so it could be a ban here.
They've only played the Chen twice so far, with 1-1 on it. So, could be a good pick, might not be as well. They're gonna ban out Alarak. Alarak for Deviled Keggs is 3-2 so far on Alarak. 5 games played, 60% win rate. We see the Johanna ban coming up. Deviled Keggs. It's a third pick from both teams. Logical decision playing it 14 times. 71% win rate on that hero.
And I believe Logical Decision has the same amount of
That
game
was
on
logical
Johanna.
decision. Double Keggs has played it 14 times with the same amount of games, but 7
Right.
win rate. The next ban coming out from logical decisions will be Kael'thas Shalonore. Kael'thas, having been played 5 times, winning 4 of them so far for Devil Keggs.
Logical decision is free for free on that hero, but it's definitely not a party.
Contenders calling them out for that ban. Patreon saying that they're gonna ban Murky. Said they're gonna ban Anduin away. Anduin, having been played 77 times with a 71% win rate. Biological decision. Not a bad ban. Definitely a comfort pick for sure. ETC gonna be the first pick up there. ETC for logical decisions is sitting at a 50% win rate across 4 games. What are you looking for here from Double Keggs? What do you think they should prioritize?
Global, it's sort of important on this map as well. So they can look to pick up the Haka. Not quite sure if they play the Haka.
It's gonna be Arthas Greymane. Arthas, they've played 7 times with a 57% win rate, and Greymane is 4 games, but they've only won 1 with it so far. We'll see if they have something figured out to adjust for that slightly lower win rate here.
I don't know if. So they picked Arthas. It could be an offlane Arthas. We'll see if that's going to happen.
This is going to be the 5th game played. Biological decisions where they're on Leo. Currently they have 4 and they're 2-2 on it. Their Sylvanas is also 5 games played, but they have a 4-game wins 5 games, so 80% win rate. That's a really solid pickup for them. That Sylvanas. It's gonna be the Ana band from Devil Keggs. Definitely want your healer to be able to heal, especially if you're gonna put something like relies pretty heavily on that healer, giving them extra health. What's this ban?
They could ban a healer, or they could ban maybe they ban the healer Stukov.
Stukov for Devil Keggs, 50% win rate across 4 games, so 2-2 on that hero so far for them. Let's see, what do they have left in terms of healers? They have Ariel. Ariel, not a bad pickup by any means. They play
Ana
Malf.
is still up.
Malf, Rhaegar. Ana was banned by Devil Keggs.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it looks like Malf, Rhaegar, Ariel are their preferences. It is going to be the Malf there, along with the Jaina. So that's a lot of burst options from them. The slow is going to be able to have a good innervate target. They're 1-2 on Malfurion right now. And their Jaina is 100% win rate across 5 games. So that's pretty scary pickup for them. What is logical decision going to look to pick up here to counter that?
They need a healer and another damage here.
It could be Uther, Rhaegar, Tyrande. It's going to be the Ariel Junkrat. That's a lot of siege power coming out from their 2 DPS players there. Junkrat has not been played by them yet. Oh no, never mind. There he is. He's been played 9 games with a 66.6% win rate.
But they have not played the Ariel, so it will be interesting to see.
This last pick here of Devil Keggs could be an offlaner or a main tank. They could go either way. They're going to pick Varian. They are 1-0 on Varian so far. I'm not sure which build he uses. I can check to see game. Not a recent game, so I actually do not know what type of Varian we're going to see coming out from them. They prefer Smash or Taunt. Twin Blades could really go into any of them. Go Smash, try to blow him up with the Greymane. Could go Twin Blades. I don't imagine it's going to be the Taunt, but it could be a main tank and then they try to do the Mouth Root and blow it up. But here we go. We're going forward into Game 1, Logical Decisions versus Devil Keg, B West Coastal Finals. We have Wono on the Ariel, Snowglare playing Junkrat, Ziltoid on Sylvanas, Ulysses playing Leoric, and E-Day15 on ETC. Do you want to introduce Devil Keggs?
Sure. On the right hand side for Devil Keggs, B-Train on the Jaina, Andrew on the Arthas, Contender on Greymane, VZ on Malfurion, and Rayfinex on Varian.
Based on purely drafts, how do you feel about this game going?
I think I like Devil Keggs a little bit more, just because it looks like a more well-rounded comps. Not quite sure about how the Ariel will work out with Sylvanas and Junkrat, even though with the recent buff, Ariel can kind of generate her own kind of hope as well, but it's not like the usual pairing that you are going to see. So I'll give the upper hand to Devil Keggs here.
Really, I am the opposite. I actually like Logical Decisions draft a little bit more. But I like the Junkrat poke on this map. I like Sylvanas. She's going to be good burst. If Greymane steps out too far, Varian steps out too far, especially going into this Q build here on the Sylvanas, that's going to be very reliant. They have the ETC front line, which is a lot of CC. It's going to make it very hard to engage on. The other team doesn't have a whole lot of engage options. Like, Taunt's just going to, like, Varian's just going to face roll in. Arthas is going to attempt to walk up on him, but that's really hard with the Ariel Whip, the Junkrat Mine. All those options. You can get the Entomb to separate them out. Junkrat's actually pretty good with the AoE damage of generating energy. So here we go. We have the teams clashing here in the middle, kind of scouting out here. It looks like Logical Decision is going to take the priority here in the lead in terms of getting the positioning. EDA15 going to step forward and get his team the globe, and going to steal away the enemy's globe too, since that is a thing this whole year that you can do. We'll see if they choose. EDA is going to look to dismount here as the rest of his team goes forward to clear the wave, and they're trying to get ahead in that rotation. There was 2 minions there that died before Devil Keggs could step forward enough to take that away. We're going to see Raven X is in the 4-man, mind you, which means it is a potential taunt variant coming out from them. Going to look to blow him up as well, especially with the Q quest at level 1. Forward. Ariel looking for the cast speed there on Swift Sweep. A little bit of tongue twister there. So she's going to look to blind later as well, but she's really just looking to not have to stand still as long as she doesn't have to. Keep moving, try to keep that up. Innervate down for Malf there. Gonna try to keep Jaina as topped off as he can. Both teams doing a 4-man clear on their camps, not keeping anyone doing these rotations, but the ability to split like this from Logical Decisions is going to give them a nice advantage on this wave clear, because now looks like they're splitting up a little bit on the side of Devil Keggs here as well. They're doing a 1-3 instead of the 2-2 that we saw come out. ETC is going to come in the back line here. He's going to miss Power Slide actually. Malfruit was landed on Ariel, but not quite enough follow up on her yet. She still is sitting at almost a full bar as both teams are looking to clear out the enemy camp. One camp is down. The other camp is getting close to falling, and it's going to go ahead and fall there as well. As the team step forward, we have level 4 picked up earlier. Slight, about a quarter of a level lead right now for Logical Decisions as they're stepping forward. It is going to be Taunt Varian coming out from Devil Keggs. Got Merc Queen for Sylvanas. I really like that talent on this map. We have repeated defense on Ariel. We have the normal ones on ETC and Junkrat, picking up those talents. Looks like Jaina's going into the normal build as well, nothing too crazy there. Arthur's picking up Frozen Waste for them. Mostly, I feel like you pick that talent up for the mana reduction on the ability. Whoa, no, in trouble here on the Ariel, but Power Slide from ETC might be enough to save her. 82 health, and she's getting out of there. Ariel barely managing to survive, but doing a good job of getting out. That was a really good peel from EDA15 there on ETC. It is Strangling Vines from Malf, looking to deny the healing. Top lane here. Theo and Arthur's probably just going to trade this out and then look to rotate down. Ariel looking to tap this. Has no, or cap this. Has no tap. Junkrat getting low, but is able to dive himself out. But Contender went with him. Able to finish him off there using that Greymane power. Top was traded out as predicted. And now we have the Malfruit zoning out, and it's going to be B-Train 704 on the Jaina finishing the channel. That's one objective advantage for Devil Keggs, which is really the big one here, right? Like, it may not seem like it, but sometimes getting that second altar in the beginning game, you can give it and try to go for it later if you need to, or even if you lose it, it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a nice thing to have the advantage in the early game. How do you feel about this so far?
Yeah, logical decision had an early advantage on the rotation, but now
As
once
ETC is going to get caught out, he's going to be Thompson. Malfoy's going to go down, but there's barely not enough damage there. Leo is right around the corner there in case Double Keggs decided to invade there. You were saying?
yeah, I think because Devil Keg now once the variant comes online with the taunt, they are just going to basically, whenever they see anyone, they're just going to taunt and root and try to follow up on that pick off.
Build-wise, nothing too crazy here, as ETC is going to get taunted again, but they don't quite have the damage it takes to finish him off, especially not if 4-0 on that Ariel is around the corner with any amount of hope. It's going to be really hard to kill him off. As we have the Merc Queen minion sappers pushing forward, but they're going to be cleared out here in time, as the next objective gets ready to spawn in 20 seconds.
Yeah, so it's one single altar here. Both teams will come down, even in talent, 7-7, and let's see who wins this fight here.
Ulysses there going to get rooted down, but he's going to Wraith walk away. It's actually Varian who's going to be potentially in trouble here, but he's going to get out as well. It was good Malfoy there to keep ETC from going any farther. Ulysses looks to flank on the Leo. He's going to be taunted inside the Ariel, or the Aura. Oh, spoke there, wrong word. And he's going to end up dying down as well without that Wraith walk off cooldown just yet. And this objective is also going to go over to Devil Keggs since they had 2 on it. Junkrat nade wasn't quite enough. He's actually going to get rooted here, but he's not quite going to be able to get be destroyed either.
Alright, I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry. No, I was trying to say, it doesn't seem like logical decision respect the taunt variant at the moment. They are kind of overstepping just a little bit and allow variant to just kind of get to them.
We do have, looks like Leo's just going to be able to double soak. Now he does have Neo Peasant at level 4 for that extra wave clear. Plus his AoE auto attacks on 2 out of his 3 in his cycle. Going forward on that. 17 globes now for Jaina, as it's going to be a taunt on Varian again. There's the root underneath the blizzard, but again, it's only about half health even with the reduced healing. Ariel's able to keep him up that, and actually still basically has a full bar. Maybe she didn't heal at all there. Maybe he just walked out with half his health left. Irregardless, he got out, and they're not quite able to finish off a lot of these pickoffs here on the side of Devil Keggs, but they will scale into a lot of the damage, especially at level 10 with the Grey Mane. Could go bullet or go for the throat, depending on how they want to cancel it. It's going to be the bullet, the extra burst onto the front line. And as we see a potential invade come out here from Devil Keggs, they're going to move forward. There's going to be the taunt on ETC. There's the bullet, and that was what made the difference. Riptide is going to come out and hit 4, but is there any more follow-up on it? Contender's getting a little low there as well. Some Junkrat mines on the side. The camp has been finished off here by Devil Keggs as they're going to look to push down a little bit. Contender's still low, but it's the Leoric who's going to get taunted this time. He's going to try to Wraith walk away. Is going to go down to 300 health and is instead going to be killed. And there was a couple beast ups there from B-Train. The disrespect. As the double altar phase in the top lane here.
Well, it seems like they will lose both altar here once again with 1 man down for another couple of seconds here.
Leo, he's already up.
Okay, alright. Well, it's the good
a
news
1
is
for 1
Leo,
trade.
but
B-Train already running to the bot lane there, as level 10 was also picked up. We've seen some of these 10s already come out from Logical Decisions. They do also have the Aegis, the Wailing Arrow, Mosh Pit, and Entomb, so they do have a chance. If they land a good Mosh or Entomb, they could just pop both their DPS ults and basically just delete the entire enemy team. Varian having to be the only one who might be able to survive a lot of it with his Protect at level.
for sure. I guess they didn't want to overstep there to try to get an extra halter because they had the lead already, so they're just playing safe and just trying to go back to lanes.
24 to 32 so far on core health, as we see Devil Keggs picking up their camp once again here on their side. EDA15 going to sidestep there as it's a 5-man invade. There's the Entomb. It's going to go out onto the Variant. Can they keep him alive? There's just Protect. Malphite's trying to heal him up as much as he can. There's the Root, and they're not going to have enough in the Wailing Arrow. And the Junkrat Riptide will both come out not quick enough to get the kill And both, that is 3 ultis popped for nothing on the side of Logical.
Right. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't see a whip going into to slam anyone to then 2 more. So that could make a difference
Whip was
later on.
down. Whip was used earlier and missed.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. As we have the next altar phase, will be a double bot lane one here. As both teams are going to start posturing, there is going to be the Junkrat mine. It's going to hit the gray main, but he's going to out. Having plenty of room there to move out. Leo's going to move his way down. And Tomb's about up, but they don't have their DPS ultis that are actually pretty important for what they're doing here. There goes the power slide from ETC as Water Ellie comes out as well. They were able to bait out that ult. We're going to have time to kill it before they go in and contest this. Willis in the backline. He's going to start with the contestation. Interrupt there. EDA 15 stepping forward, but Savanas is in the bot lane right now with the gray main trying to zone out that one. The objective, Wanu, not really sure where to go. He's just trying to stay in the middle so he can heal whoever needs it. Gonna land it on the Junkrat. Bullets out as well from gray main there as they're turning there on Andrew. And the taunt onto Alf's ult down as well. There's Aegis and there's a mosh pit onto 2 though. Meanwhile, Leo's gonna Wraith walk out. They don't quite have the DPS to kill anyone inside of that. Ariel's going to try to heal up. Snowglare getting low. It's going to be Leoric who's going to fall. He is able to entomb, but it's really just blocking off his team. 500 health on the Arthas. There's another Wailing Arrow. Or it's 500 health on the Varian. We'll see if the Junkrat Tower is not quite. It's going to be protected. It is going to be a power slide that's going to end up with the result of 2 kills. Arthas and Jaina both falling there. My tongue's a little tied up there.
Well, yeah, logical decision got 2 kills there, but Devil Keggs got both altars there.
With the ability to push forward here, Logical Decision could potentially turn this around using that Sylvanas passive to secure both the bottom forts here and push forward. A little bit of Q shots going over onto the well, so missing a little bit of DPS. We'll see if that comes into play on this. It looks like Devil Keggs might just give it up. Malph's not with him just yet, but it's going to be a 5-man rotation down here. So even if they aren't able to defend it, they're not going to be able to. They are going to look to try to push forward here, maybe get a pick and then retake it. Ulysses off to the side here, and Arthas not taken down instead. As we're now pinging danger. We have Leo who might be looking at the flank. He's going to be seen there by the Variant, so they know. So he's just going to go ahead and back out, knowing the team is going to play around that. He's down there right now. It's going back to mid, but so is Arthas. Both teams trying to get to 16 as early as they can. Sylvanas gonna pick up that bottom camp here. This is the part of the game where usually top lane gets ignored for a while, which is why it's a decent app. As there goes the full combo again onto ETC, but it's the Crystal Aegis is gonna save his life potentially. 400 health, and that Aegis was there along with the heal. The Junkrat Tower is gonna be shot down by the Wall of Death. As Ziltoid being a little bit trouble. Large dive out from Varian though. Meanwhile, as they're pushing forward, their mouth almost stepped onto the Junkrat grenade. These Sapper minions are going to go ahead and be cleared up there by B-Train on the Jaina. It's Contenders trying to take the building. Meanwhile, as they have no minions left, they're going to have to back out a little bit here. Jaina, Sylvanas W went out there as well. So without the quest, it's not quite as dangerous as it was if you had the quest. There's one altar picked up by Leoric in the top lane. Able to steal that way. He's just going to Wraith walk all the way over. Meanwhile, Sylvanas dies. There's a mosh pit onto 3. Jaina, the only one not caught in the mosh pit. Sylvanas was dead already. There's a mouth ulti in return, though. And it's going to be ETC potentially falling here as he actually gets a decent heal there from Wanu. And they're pushing forward. There's a taunt into the root onto Ariel, but she's going to Crystal Aegis herself. But the Water Elemental is going to be on top of her. Will she be able to get out? We will see. Jaina's going to be knocked forward, but nothing's going to come of that. 175 health was the lowest number I thought I saw there on Ariel. She's going to be picked off. Ulysses there, looking to delay a little bit, but Contender's going to go ahead and finish that. With Wraithwalk down, though, they're going to look to finish him off there on the Leoric, and are going to successfully do so as they look to steal away the enemy Sapper camp.
Alright, so Devil Keggs just turned the game around there. Logical Decision had a really good situation there when Leo capped at the top right hand altar, but the Sylvanas kill by Devil Keggs basically allowed them to cap the 2 outer altar.
We now have level 16 picked up for both teams. We are going to see the root from Jaina with the Icy Veins there at 13. We have Shattering Armor on Arthas. He hasn't picked his 16 yet. Gramian's going to execute for these combos that they're pulling off. They're just gonna go ahead and delete Leoric while I'm saying that. Pull it and then execute damage on top of it. Nature's Balance there, as well as we have Banner of Iron Forge. Mortal Strike coming out as well from in there, so that could be a big part of why some of these pickoffs are starting to work so well, is that anti-heal coming out from him underneath these taunts. Ariel went ahead and picked up the spell power for her team there at 16. She does have Blinding Flash at 13. The all-important blind on Ariel.
Okay, so Logical Decision has to kind of find an opening there to maybe land a Marsh Pit or an Entomb to start fighting back, because right now they're down in Alter and down in XP.
Snowglare barely dodging the root there, but there's a big power slide onto 2, but it's going to be the taunt return onto E-Day there. He's going to go under the root, but it's going to be the Instant Aegis again. These are combos are forcing out. It's going to be the Riptire. It's just going to be destroyed there by B-Train, as Arthas is also going to pop Army of the Dead. The teams are going back and forth. Andrew's trying to push forward there onto ETC as well. It's a little army of minions pushing forward though onto Snowglare. Meanwhile, Ulysses is able to Wraith Walk out from underneath the enemy team. We'll see which team has more clones. We still have Entomb and Mosh, and we have Malfolti, all the big important ults, as Leo is going to be rooted there. B-Train's going to go ahead and channel the entire objective, but Ida is going to be rooted by the Jaina. Ziltoid there on the Savant, trying to put it out as much damage as she can onto Andrew there, and it's going to go ahead and successfully do it, but it's going to be the bullet return. The Mosh Pit's going to go down as well, but it's going to be soft interrupted by death, as Ulysses is going to be the next target for Devil Keggs here. He's going to actually undo Wraithwalk underneath the root there and die because of it. Ravenex there is getting pretty low. We'll see if Snowglare is going to go ahead and trade out with him. As Contender's pushing forward onto Wano here is going to go ahead and finish him off, as Ziltoid and Sylvanas is now left out alone. Is going to get rooted and then rooted a second time, and is going to go ahead and go down. Greyman's going to walk away with 84 health, and B-Train going out with even more E-steps.
Well, this is very likely going to be the end of this game here, with Logical Decision still have 10 seconds before, or 5 seconds before Leo comes back. They can take the Sappers here, push out bottom lanes, and then all they need is like one Altar and a boss.
1, 2, 3 Sappers will be pushed forward. Up, well, yes it will. I think that's secured. Really hard to tell because it was hit by the W by E-Day right beforehand. But we have a double altar spawn, double bot lane here, as Ulysses and Andrew are trading out in the top lane. Leo's sitting at 6 deaths, but top XP soaked by 5,000. So, we'll have to talk about that a little bit. Variant and ETC actually matching to damage taken pretty here. Well, we still have that stat for now. Remember, that stat's going away. There's going to be a 3-man mosh pit, but it's going to be interrupted by the mouth silences. There comes the roots. Willing Arrow going out as well. Andrew's going to be left out to the Junkrat Riptire. It's going to pop Army of the Dead, but it's going to be the bullet coming out from Greyman that's going to end up finishing off ETC as the first kill of that fight, as they're pushing forward now onto the Savannah. She's going to move forward as well. She's going to go ahead and fall as Andrew was able to flink around. There's the roots onto Ulysses. He's going to be the next to fall. Snowglare looking to get out, but he's being constantly slowed by the Arthas Aura, and he's going to go ahead and die to the Greymane as well. B-Train B-stepping once more as the altars are starting to be picked up here by Devil Keggs. Ariel trying to interrupt as long as she can, but she's not meant long for this world if things continue here, and she's going to go ahead and fall right there, as there goes B-steps from B-Train and Contender. Game 1 of this series going over to Devil Keggs.
Pretty one-sided game, in my opinion. Devil Keg basically just ran the combo from level 4 onwards and just keep picking off Logical Decision one by one, and they never really get a chance to fight 5 versus 5.
It felt like they needed 10s before they got it, where they had the bullet to really start securing those kills. A little bit extra Greymane going forward here as well. So we'll have to see how that ends up playing out as well. Hero damage going over to Sylvanas actually. We look at the future here going forward into game 2. If you're Logical Decision, are you choosing first pick again, or are you trying to choose a map that you're more comfortable on?
I used to be a huge fan of map picks, but like after taking first pick quite a lot more recently, I think it's hard to tell. Like it depends on if there is any hero that they would like to pick with their first pick there. For example, like Johanna. Um, but otherwise, like if they have like some special strat prepared for any of the maps, map pick is always a good option as well.
Maybe like something like a Solan Morales. So I think Curse Hollow banned out, which is like her best map. I know you're a big fan of that. Yeah, Curse is banned out. So we won't be seeing that unless they're gonna put out. There's a couple maps you could probably do it on. Your practice. It's hollow so far, but that's But going forward, I would say map pick, probably get something you're comfortable on. Try to get that first win of the series. It's really important to get that early momentum for the mentality fight. It is a best of 5, so it can become a very drawn out series over time. It looks like we're going to go ahead and go to Dragonshire next. A map that's very important in the top lane. Soul lanes are very important here. Double Keggs sitting at 6 games played on it. They've won 4, only lost twice on that map. Meanwhile, Logical Decisions have played it 7 times and they're running a 57% win rate. Based on last game, Ulysses did play a pretty solid solo laner. Played Leo. He did well on it. They did win. He had the top damage soaked. He did have a lot of deaths though, but it is also Leo, so it's kind of a give and take, I guess. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think Leo had the upper hand there in terms of out rotating others on the like double soaking duty there, but I just think that Leo didn't really land any kind of impactful entomb throughout the game, and that's kind of what win you game. It's like a couple of like clutch entomb to either in team fights or pick up someone. So I don't know if they would go back to the Leo or like any other possible solo lane up top. Like you said, top lane is really important here on this map. Basically allow you to do a lot more if you can have the upper hand on that top lane there.
Let's see. Based on this, it looks like they chose that logical decision chose to have first pick again, and then it's going to be the map pick went over to Devil Keggs, and they chose to go to Dragonshire, which makes sense. It's a very comfortable map for them. Pretty good win rate on it. Know that depending on these stats here, I'll go ahead and read these up. These are from pretty early on in the season for Heroic Division, which is not what these teams are playing, but they're the only stats I have right now for this. Dragonshire at that time in Heroic Division had been played 8 times. First pick only had a 25% win rate. So first pick actually goes down in value on this map because the solo lane is so important and gain that crucial counter pick in the top lane.
Right, because if you have the last pick to counter pick any top lane, that's huge here.
We saw Varian. Maybe they could run a different version of Varian. That would be fun. See, they play Sonya. They've played Sonya 5 times on Double Keggs. They could look for that. They play Alaric, but sometimes Alaric flex out really anywhere. Blaze is plaked up. He's a pretty solid offlaner. We've seen the Leo. As they go ahead and move into the draft here of Game 2, Logical Decisions versus Double Keggs, Dragonshire. What do you think takes ban priority here? Is it the Johanna again that both teams preference?
I would expect Johanna being banned out by Devil Keggs here. Just because Johanna is pretty good on this map, just to anchoring the triangle between bot and mid lane. And Logical Decision chose first pick here, so maybe they would like to secure that pick. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll find out. First ban.
We do see the Alaric banned coming out here, biological decisions. Double Keggs, it is a preference pick for them. Something we really haven't talked about much in Game 1, but definitely should take a look here going to this map specifically. The Chen. Both teams play Chen. Logical decisions are 4-0 on it. Meanwhile, Double Keggs is 1-1. So both teams have a Chen player. It's a decent Chen map. He's able to sustain himself pretty well. Doesn't ever have mana issues because he doesn't use mana. You can also look at things like once he has 10, he just deletes most heroes. With Storm, Earth, and Fire. We have the Jaina ban coming out from Logical Decisions to narrow down, or from Double Keggs to narrow down that wave clear option, as their tools can be banned here by Logical Decision.
So we have a lot of option here on the second ban. They can choose to ban out Johanna, or they can choose, like you said, Chen could be an option. Rexa is another top lane option here on this map.
Rexa's got too many counter picks if you're not careful. You can just run something like Twin Blades. It's going to be the Johanna pick, which also kind of sets up Chen pretty nicely. It's going to be a Rexar first pick, though, by Ulysses. I really think you need to save your soul laner as late as possible on this map because the counter pick. You're free to counter pick pretty early now, and you can hide something else on the side of Double Keggs here.
Yep. The thing is, Logical Decision play Rexa 9 times, won 6 of them, so it's definitely a hero that they like to rely on quite a bit.
We see the Stukov and the Sylvanas coming out here by Double Keggs. Stukov is 2-2 for them right now. It's something we saw banned out last game. And Sylvanas for them, find it here. Sylvanas. Looks to, nope, there it is. They're 1-3 on Sylvanas. As we see, Lunara and Anduin picked up. So we see the healers locked in earlier this time before those are all choked out. Anduin, 7 games played, 71% win rate for Logical Decisions. And Lunara, they have 8 games played on a 62% win rate. So, definitely something that to look for there. For those who are coming in late, the map bans were Cursed, Hollow, Braxis by Double Keggs. Logical Decisions banned out BOE and Volskaya, and now Double Keggs ban out ETC.
So it looks like Logical Decision just going back to the comfort picks. I think the Ario experiment didn't go as well as they think it would go, so comfort picks across the board so far in the first 3 picks.
The last ban here by Logical Decisions will be that Kael'thas again, that is Double Keggs 4-1. What are you looking for them to pick up here?
They could pick up the tank and the second damage, or even just take the off lane here because you can already counter that.
It's gonna be a Valeera off lane most likely here, as we have the Arthas picked up. See, we have John Knight 1 in chat, and I know Valeera is something that he's at least knows and understands because I've talked to him about it. So I'm definitely intrigued. It's definitely a matchup that she likes a little bit. She's able to jump behind Misha, go straight for Rexar, kind of pressure him a little bit. She does kind of need level 7 before she really takes off, but she could also be ran in the 4-man, as we know that they run the Arthas in the offlane, as we have Blaze Zagara picked up here for Logical Decisions. So my guess is Zagara is going to babysit mid then? Try to apply a lot of pressure?
Yeah, it will be the 4-man Zagara. I know Logical Decision likes to run the 4-man Zagara, so I don't know if that's what you want to rely on down 1-0 in the series.
As we have Stitches picked up now, it looks like Double Keggs are going right back into that pickoff comp with Hook, Valeera. They're going to probably just slap Arthas in the top lane and just look for Hook Valeera combos over and with the Stukov Silence underneath. And that will just delete most people. Do have to be careful of the 80-second Anduin pullback, as that will be able to save people. So we're about to start Game 2 of B West Coastal Finals, Logical Decision versus Devil Keggs. Starring over on the side of Logical Decision, we have Wono on Anduin, Ziltori playing Lunara, EJ15 on the Blaze, Ulysses on Rexar, and Snowglare playing Zagara.
And on the right hand side, Devil Keggs, B-Train on the Stitches. So flexing a little bit here. Vesi on the Stukov, Contender on the Valera, Andrew once again on the Arthas, and Ravenex on the Sylvanas.
Based on last game, based on drafts, I gotta say, Devil Keggs looks pretty scary, knowing they like to play the pickoff style. Looking like they got a lot of their pickoff options here going forward.
I like Devil Keggs draft here once again, but Anduin trade on the pool basically can save any targets that is being like picked off. Like, so that's kind of the X factor here, I feel like. But you can only use it once every 80 seconds, I believe. So you don't get to save too many times. So better not getting picked off as much.
Low blow for Stukov there. That's going to be pretty deadly with these Stitches hooks. He did pick up the 60 Globe quest there on B-Train 704 Stitches. We'll have to see how good of a hooker he is as the teams move forward here, killing off the Wisp. But we do have Zagara pressuring the bot lane already, being left alone here. Going to be able to passively soak that while applying a little bit of pressure here. Took a quarter of the one tower already. Player moves forward here as well. A lot of vision options on the side of Logical Decisions. That's definitely going to help Lunara with Zagara having her creep on the ground. Blizzard's biggest regret in HOTS, they've said.
So B-Train so far is haven't landed any hooks, but then he hasn't been trying yet still. So we'll find out if he can actually land a hook.
And we have a pause coming out here. We have some lag being called on the side of Ravenex. So Sylvanas claiming lag for someone on the team of Devil Keggs. So we're gonna B-Train is lagging out. That explains the hooks being missed so far. Or he's just high, they're saying. Or both. So we'll have to see how that goes on going forward. We do have Ziltori and Wono. The Anduin Lunara are taking the siege camp currently. We have Contender. He's clearing the Bermuda Triangle of Vision. And they're going to look forward. It looks like they're saying they're ready. So we're about to head right back in to Game 2 of Logical Decision versus Devil Keggs. 1-0 right now. We're just observers, right? Yeah. Alright, so they're going to have to play it on their own because we weren't set to referee this time. That's fine. I actually prefer it this way. I don't have to worry about it as we go ahead and resume this game. Do if they can't being taken. EJ15 is going to come down. He's going to stand there to make sure no one's invading. When he sees no one's there, we have Sylvanas jumping the wall to make sure she captures that soak. Contender and BZ, they're taking the siege camp on the side of Devil Keggs. We have Team Nut Spray coming out. B-Train. Train thing. To root for Team Nut. As we got a little bit of a level lead here, going over to the side of Logical Decisions. They had an early level lead last game too, though. It didn't seem to help. The poor Zagara minion eating the hook from B-Train, keeping Zagara safe.
Logical Decision now taking the Bruiser Kim and choose not to defend this bottom point here.
It's gonna be on Rexar to defend this. He's gonna be able to put Misha on the point, forcing Andrew to choose between soaking or getting the point. He's trying to force damage there onto Ulysses there. And the bot lane, meanwhile, we have Sylvanas passive going forward here. They haven't picked their level 4s yet, so no, we don't know if it's Merqueen or not, as E-Day's trying to focus down Stukov as much as he can. There's the hook coming out, there's the stun from Valera, but it's gonna be the pull back from Anduin that we talked about. But that's now on cooldown, and next hook has a chance to secure a kill. As we actually have Rexar, he's going to come mid to try to cover that soak. That allows Arthas in the top lane there to get that done. So, we have both objectives now on the side of Devil Keggs, but the bottom lane is going to be transitioned back over to Logical Decisions here. And that's another stalemate. And they're just looking to stalemate and stall out for the Zagara to slowly pressure Lunara to scale up. We now have Lyra in the top lane. She's going to go ahead and stun out Rexar there as Anduin's going to go on the Misha. And they're going to recapture the top objective.
So it looks like they are going to have both points again, and logical decision has to defend mid here.
Or just retake bot, which looks to be the path that they might be taking here, but it's only one knows so far as Zagara and Lunar are now stepping forward onto B-Train Stitches. Gonna eat the Banelings from Zagara there. Did take up Medusa Blades, so you see that going forward is gonna be Merc Queen on Sylvanas. I personally just here we have Arthas stepping forward. He took a different talent here. At 4, he took the attack speed on the aura instead of the lingering slow. Instead trying to just kill Misha as fast as he can, which is stuck in the aura. Getting down to 200 health, but isn't going to be quite finish him off as he's going to be forced to go back to the objective to finish channeling it there. Rexar's just going to go ahead and tap, give himself mana, give Misha health. They're going to push forward here as both objectives are once again owned by Double Keggs. His level 7 talents are picked up for both teams now as well. And Lunar's now in the top lane, so it's going to force Andrew to go back here on the Arthas. Going to get body blocked slightly by the Misha, but it's going to be fine to go out. Out of mana, he's just going to tap it back up though, as we have choking Paul in there on Lunar, which seems to be the talent we're seeing a little bit more often on her over the Splintering Spear. We'll see how that goes for her. We do have Hunter Gatherer there. The Rex are not being bold enough as they're going in on Arthas again with the help of Lunar that's still up there. Arthas is trying to kill off Misha to give himself a 15-second window. Really dominate that lane if an option. As in the bot lane, we both have both teams just kind of sieging up a little bit here. The siege camps are back up. That's important to note as teams will start to look for that B-Train, trying to get another hook. Misses again. Lunar, Sylvanas still lending all of her Qs onto Zagara though, as we have Lunara picking up the siege camp here. Both teams still just going forward. Slight XP lead now, going over, in fact, 2 Double Keggs on that race to level 10.
It's logical decision once again. It's being pushed out by Devil Kick, so I don't know what's their plan on kind of being the aggressor here.
We do see the Anduin pool again. That's basically coming out on the cooldown right now. He does have the option at level 20 to pick up a second charge, but at that point it could be too late if they end up behind at that point in time. We'll see how that happens. Yeah, we're not even to level 10 yet. So tap here picked up. It looks like Arthas is going to go full auto attack build here to try to put out as much sustained damage as he can, as both objectives are handled by Double Keggs. It looks like they landed a hook onto Anduin there, but weren't able to follow it up with the correct amount of damage or CC. Arthas is going to be forced back to the top lane. Lunar is back up there. But Valir is coming up here as well, so he has the option now to push forward. They don't know yet the contenders here. Hiding underneath the body there of Andrew, but it's getting stunned out and scouted there. Amisha, Ziltoid there is going to pick up the Bruiser camp. And we have the Siege camp coming out. Thames are picked up. Light Pump went out as well. Try to stop the... there's Mind Control. So they have Mind Control, Gorge. They have a lot of more pick-off options now on the side of Double Keggs. On the other side, we do have Bunker, Light Bomb, Leaping Strike, Maul, and Unleash the Boars. So they have a lot of safety options versus a lot of pick-off options and steal away people. Top lane, we still have Andrew trying to find a way to kill Misha here. Is we have 4 versus 3 here in the bot lane. Valir is going to look to probably rotate all the way down. She might stop mid lane real quick, grab a little bit of XP.
So we keep seeing
She's going to grab
this,
the globe, going to keep running, but it's getting caught out by Andrew here. Or Wanu. Anduin, not Andrew, Anduin. But it is going to get away in time. The bottom objective and top objective both going back to Double Keggs as Lunar rotates to the top lane to try to force that back.
the back and forth keeps on going. When will we see the first Dragon Knight here?
I like this play from Double Keggs where they choose to push with Sylvanas passive instead of trying to force the dragon. The earlier they push, the better for them, as they're going to catch the Blaze behind. He's going to miss the charge stun on everyone, even with the reduced cooldown, as they're going to move forward onto Ziltoid there with the Valeera. She's going to use her ulti there. The roots landing from Anduin onto Stitches. He's going to keep walking. There's a two-man stun from Blaze coming out. There's another leaping straight into Stitches. It's going to be the death of him, as VZ is trying to swipe people away, but it's not going to be good enough, as he's going to fall as well.
So this time it's looks like Logical Decision is going to push out a little bit of this bottom lane.
I don't know. Lunara rotated top, so there's a chance they might be looking to make a play here, knowing that Lunara forces that lane into the Rexar. We'll see. And Arthas knows she's there because of the minion. She's going to Leaping Strike out of the root. She is low, but it's going to be Arthas forced to use Army of the Dead here to get out. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, you have Wondo there on the Anduin, trying to secure that objective and hold it. Blaze is in the mid lane. He's posturing for this. We'll see if they're able to make anything of it. Contenders in the top lane. Blaze is channeling it, but he's going to be hooked. And then Gorge, if he ends up behind the wall, it could still be his death here. It might be forced to bunker at minimum. EDA15 is going to be stuck behind the wall. He's going to be able to kill the gate in time to charge out. The gate being low enough from all the previous ones, but Lyra's going to charge forward on him. It's going to force the bunker out. He's going to sit in there. Ziltoid's going to move forward, try to put out damage on Valeera, as B-Train 704 is going to channel the first dragon of the game, going over to Devil Keggs.
They would take it straight to bottom and trying to finish that fort there. Meanwhile, Valeera rotate top, trying to gank that Rexa.
Bonus damage there on the Arthas Aura. Valeera and Arthas working together are going to be able to finish off Stitches, as Lunara looks to just try to pick off the Sylvanas, but instead he's going to get super low. He's going to get healed up by the Anduin, who was forced to use his passive as well. They have the Sylvanas passive now on the tower, pushing it forward with the Dragon Knight here as the kick continuously goes out onto Blaze. Valeera's moving forward. She's going to go ahead and finish off Lunara there in the back line to be able to flank from the side there. We do have a Bullish Magic, as there's Mind Control and Cigar, but it's going to be the all there on Sylvanas in return, trading ults on each other, but it's going to be Valeera who's able to finish off the Valeera's stun, setting up to finish off the Cigar. They're going to get one keep tower here as well, as they're going to try to look out, but it's going to be a Sun Chain there onto Stitches, but it's going to be the silence underneath with the filling swipe. B-Train's going to heal himself up with the bite there, but they're going to try to get him out as best they can. We have the Unstoppable coming out from Blaze. He's going to get his root blocked. He's going to be gorged as well in return. Arthas in the backline. We do have Samana's Q going out a little bit early there, but it's going to be forced to bunker. Meanwhile, Misha is finally going to die to Arthas there. EDA15 is going to go ahead and fall as well after landing a 4-man stun. Uno in trouble underneath Andrew there, who does have Army of the Dead out as well. Every ult is down almost. We have a couple left here on the side of Logical Decisions. Hook landed on Zagar, but there wasn't any follow-up, as instead they're going to go and steal away the siege camp here in the bot lane.
So it looks like they could have just stay back and just try to regroup, but they stagger a couple more death, and now they are full level behind.
On the race to 16, nonetheless. There wasn't a light bomb there. They could have used light bomb for something.
Right, and now Devil Keggs basically trying to paint the map red.
29 out of 60 globes picked up so far for the Stitches. 60 globes is not where that quest stops ticking, but the 60 globes is where that quest stops giving extra bonus movement speed. It's a really long quest.
Yep. They're now pushing him with the Bruiser Cam on with the spell shield here,
as well as Merc Queen. There's going to be a big hook on Zagar. It's going to force out the Anduin passive, and as soon as the hook's back up, they're going to be ready to go again. It is Fishing Hook on the Stitches, which seemed to catch them out a little bit by surprise, as now they're turning around as the Bruiser Camp has fallen here. They're able to slow down Misha enough that she's not able to catch it. It's going to be the Fishing Hook onto Lunara. She's going to get the light bomb, but she's also going to go and jump away. We're going to do the B-Train dance from B-Train again, as well as the B-Nut spray coming out from him. You can clear out the Zagara Vision. As meanwhile, we already have Arthas in the top lane capping that objective. Logical Decisions were able to secure it. They're able to just do a full combo here on Misha. I think some of them held their buttons once they realized it was Misha.
So they had to rotate Rex up down here, and they will be losing quite a bit of soak up top.
There's a big combo into Blaze coming out. He's going to use his Unstoppable, and it's going to be enough to get him out of there, as the Misha's going to turn around and stun 2 there. It's going to be the Maul and the Stitches as well. We'll see if they have any more follow-up coming out from that. It's going to be nothing there, as Valir was able to cause a distraction well enough for them to not throw anything that way. 16 is now picked up for logical decisions as they try to push forward, using the Zagara. There's the mind control onto Rexar, but Blaze moving forward. He's going to miss the stun, but Isha is going to go ahead and stun out Rexar there. As we now have 16 still being locked in here by logical decisions. We're still waiting on Rexar's, but that's the only one that hasn't been picked up as Misha goes ahead and fall. Blaze is going to go ahead and get long range hook there from B-Train. He's going to move him behind the fort here. Fort's going to go ahead and keep him slow. He's going to actually dash forward and then get pulled out by the enemy. He's going to be forced to bunker still anyways. As Andrew is now in the back lane with the Arthas. He's going to miss the root, but EDA 15 is still in trouble. He's going to go ahead and fall. Light bulb's getting popped here on Lunar, but she's going to go ahead and fall down as well from another large hook from Stitches as they continue to push forward here. They're going to go ahead and chill on the bottom objective, and then they're going to go for the mid-dragon, and then they're probably going to look for bottom keep and potentially game as Misha is down to 200 health again.
So B-Train kind of missed it, all the opening hooks, but now he's landing all of them with the fishing hook.
He's being stalled here in the middle, first by the Anduin, primarily by the Anduin, as Rexar's just going to run all the way to the top lane, channel that off. Contender moving forward, they're going to look for the pick off here on Wunu, but he's going to know what's going on. He's going to run away using the extra movement speed he gets at 13. As now it's going to be Arthas running to the top lane against the Rexar again. Try to retake that while his team postures in the mid lane. No one in a position to run bot just yet for logical decisions to cancel that out, as they're actually going to catch Rexar out, and they're going to go ahead and he's going to fake death. They go ahead and kill Rexar here. Rexar is dead, guys. Rexar's not dead. He was just faking it, as he's going to go ahead and die. That joke never gets old. That's my favorite joke in HOTS. Feign death. As they're actually going to try to catch Wono here out in the bot lane, but Sylvanas is going to be forced to run away as B-Train is forced to try to walk away, but Stitches is not known for his mobility as he continuously gets slowed and rooted. He's down to 600 health, but he's taking some back up. He's trying his best to heal, and he's going to go ahead and take a bite of Blaze, but he's going to fall in the end. But Dragon, meanwhile, was picked up by Valir. She's instead going for a fort instead of a keep, knowing that her team is down. A player, they're a tank primarily. There's going to be the kick on Lunar. She's going to go ahead and jump right into it. They're going ahead and pinging. They're trying to just get as much damage onto this dragon as they can, as early as they can. Meanwhile, Arthas in the top lane. He's going to go ahead and kill off that well. Try to look at that fort with that next minion wave. As we now have a kick on Whoa No. As we have the rest of the team posturing forward. We have Lunar moving super far out here. She's going to go ahead and get picked off by a slap from Stukov with that big arm. There goes a kick onto EJ 15. Blaze seems to be their primary kick target, and every time they get this dragon, well, the last time they had dragon primarily. Here, mind control goes out and misses from the Sylvanas, almost hitting it just a little bit off, as the dragon's going to fall here, and Valir is back on the map.
So the Stitches kill basically allows them to clear the DK, and they are only they only lost the middle fort here, which is
it's gonna be enough to secure early 10s though, or early 20s for Devil Keggs.
Yep, right now logical decision is 2 level down. I don't know if they will be able to get 20 before the next objective comes up here.
I should have time. I think it's like 2.5 minutes between it. Anyway, this 20s. We have Shimley Horror, which is really big for Stitches. This now he can't be slowed below 100%. Now he does have 35 globes, so he's running 15 globes per link. 5. Got 10% extra movement speed. So he can be slowed by about 10% total right now. Also, it gives him 50 armor for 4 seconds, not 40 seconds. Crazy. 4 seconds. And there's going to be a hook and a gorge on Lunar. We'll see if they're going to finish her off or she's going to leap out in time. There's going to be the mind control and the silence, and she's going to just get deleted. As Snowglare moves forward on this guard, she's going to be able to go ahead and maul out Stukov, and she's going to get pulled out by Anduin. There's going to be a hook onto Blaze as well as the light bomb comes out, but it's going to miss again. Not a lot of light bomb synergy right now with this team. Probably looking for like a light bomb on the Blaze when he charges forward, or Lunard's leaping strike forward. They're going to keep using it as a defensive ult, but it's not enough. Keeps not actually landing on anyone.
Prepare yourselves, heroes. The shrines will soon be active again.
As they're going to go ahead and steal away this siege camp, while Zagar is able to long distance poke down the bruiser camp. It's actually going to fall. There's a chance to do anything. We'll see if Double Keggs can do anything with this siege camp.
They have 16 seconds before Lunara comes back here with Merc Queen Giant Camps. They should be able to put some damage on this.
It's still a 4v4 as Arthur's in the top lane, but there's another long range hook onto Zagara. She's going to instantly get deleted underneath that Stukov slow. There's the mind control there onto Blaze. No, it's not Blaze. Who was that? It's Misha. They hit Misha. That's why I couldn't tell who the hero is, because it was not one I'm usually looking for. But here we go forward as they're going to actually catch out Blaze this time. They're going to put him under science, but not quite enough damage to finish him off. But instead, Siege Camp is going to go ahead and finish off the bottom keep as they're looking forward and they're pushing forward right now. There's a route onto Ziltoid there, and the Mind Control is going to miss as it is the upgraded Mind Control, so it's a very low cooldown there. They're going to start to put damage onto this core. As now the Siege Camp posturing up here is the Gorge onto Lunara. There's the root though. She's going to get pulled back by the Anduin. But she's still going to fall here to Contender there on the Valyra E-Day 15. There's going to be another Light Bomb that's going to land on 2 this time. Another hook, point blank hook though onto Anduin as he's now going to fall as well to Contender. Putting quite a bit of look. Another Mind Control misses here. But they're going to go ahead and pick off Misha. GG coming out from Anduin as they finish off Rexar, looking for E-Day 15 now. A solo defender for Logical Decision. It doesn't matter. Game 2 going over to Devil Keggs.
Once again on the pig style composition, and Logical Decision just cannot do anything, and they need to rethink about their strategy if they want to make a comeback here in this series.
Yeah. Still more to go as this is a best of 5 and not a best of 3. Stukov pumping out 77k. I need to slow down. We're not in the game. I can slow down and talk a little bit. 77,000 healing on Stukov, 60,000 on Anduin. The healer coming out from Devil Keggs in both games, out healing Logical Decisions, which partially because their team isn't dying. Maybe looking for an Ana or an Uther could really help into the pick-off comp.
Yeah, I think Anduin Wono there did a good job on the pool. They would have lost a few more people in that game if not for those pool, but like you mentioned, the Light Bomb just never was able to being used as an offensive tool. And just Devil Keggs just kept pushing them around. And with the amount of CC that they have, they can pretty much do whatever they want once they land the first initiation.
I feel like Logical Decision at this point needs to pick the map, and they need to take them to a teamfight map. None of this. Don't let them run pick-off. Take them to like Tomb of the Spider Queen. Stay together as 4. Just run at them and try. You really need to get a win at this point in the series. You have to reverse sweep, basically.
Yeah.
Not basically. You have to reverse sweep if you're Logical Decision.
Yeah.
Tomb of the Spider Queen. They're running an 83% win rate on 6 games. Very small map. Really, it's not impossible to run a pick-off comp on, but it's definitely harder than it would be necessarily on other maps if you're able to play around it correctly.
Yep.
So,
I think Inferno Shrine would be another option. It's a big map, but it's also not so much of a big kind of.
Did you see it
map
listed there? We are going to Infernal Shrines this game. Right as you said it, they popped it and posted it. No, Logical Decisions opting again for first pick here. Devil Keggs picked this map, even though 3 and 2 on it for Logical Decision. Devil Keggs themselves are on 83% win rate, 6 games. I think is 5 and 1.
Yeah, I think both games like Devil Keggs just got what they wanted in terms of team composition. So now they have the map picks again. I'm not sure. Let's just see what else are they going to throw at us, or what kind of strategy they have planned it on this map.
Infernal Shrines. Let's see. Devil Keggs, as I mentioned earlier, plays Sonya, which is really good. They play Zul, which is really good on this map. We saw the Stukov, we saw the Lunara, we saw the Stukov, we saw the Sylvanas. Let's see. They play. We've seen the Ariel from Logical Decision. We haven't seen it from Devil Keggs yet. Ana's still on the table. Chen's still on the table. They have a lot of things that they can play. Logical Decision. They've ran Aether before. They've run Chen before. They've run Dahaka again. All good here as well. Both teams run Johanna. Gul'dan's been played for Logical Decision with a good success rate. They ran Mothail before. They've ran Sumro before. They've ran Uther. They've run Tyrael and Uther. I wonder if that was in the same game. But regardless, I mean, I would be down to see like any of these picks coming out from them.
Yeah, a couple of heroes that I see here that Devil Keggs played, not on this map, but like on their hero roster, Tyrael and Hammer both possible option on this map. I feel like, even though they only played it once in the entire season.
So the last match that Logical Decisions had on this map, they played Kael'thas, Johanna, Rexar, Anduin, Raynor. Pretty solid team comp. Good
Yep.
wave clear, good everything. Really good sustain damage. Not super bursty, but good enough, really. On the other hand, Devil Keggs, the last time they were here, they played Hanzo, Ana, Diablo, ETC, and Jaina. A very, very CC heavy comp coming up.
Alright, just like their first two game, they like to run double tank, put the second tank out in the off lane.
Both teams saying they're ready, so the match will start soon. We're already calling the reverse sweep kind of come out from them. So it's definitely going to be exciting if they pull it on. But we will see how they feel, what they want to pick, going into Game 3 of Logical Decisions versus Devil Keg, best of 5 here on Infernal Shrines. I imagine Johanna will be banned out again by at least one of the teams.
Looks like Alarak and Johanna banned once again.
Oh. Logical Decisions could do that. Contenders calling them cowards again, banning out Alarak. Johanna banned out again. Makes sense again. Also sets up the Chen pick. I'd like to see Chen to come out.
Second ban. Are we going to see a Cerato ban as well, or it's going to be Kael'thas? Makes sense on this map.
Very targeting of contenders here. Or contender, not contender. Trying to limit his hero pool a little bit. We've seen him play other things already this series with good success, so not really sure. Maybe the thought process is they're just weak to that. We do see the Jaina ban, which is interesting. The team that played Jaina the last time they were here banned Jaina. The team that played Kael'thas last time they were here banned Kael'thas. The mage pool is shrinking. Li Ming not good on this map. Chromie's not good on this map anymore. We're going to see Savannah's picked up, of course. Savannah's super good if you're able to win the objective. Not too bad at taking it either with her W. Definitely looking to win the objectives if you're going to take her. Dawn's still available as well as the mage option to help clear out as well. Gives good wave.
Are we going to see something special?
They're moving right back into that last draft that they had. They aren't going to be able to pick the Jane again, but they already have Diablo and ETC, which means I imagine they're going to look at like Ana, Hanzo, and then some other last pick here. They definitely are focusing in on that draft that they had last time.
So, how do you counter that? Are you going to take a Malthael, Tychus, or just Endebrag the Kikun like
Main tank Uther. They're going to take Malfurion and Tychus. Still leaving room for that main tank Uther. I think the stun chain, the ability to swap the stun chain around. You could also run, so divine, like if you go Divine Storm, you can just like they charge into you, you stun, right? Or you could go D shield, they charge in on someone, you save that person and just kind of throw out like 1 or 2 stuns instead. I wouldn't be opposed to it at all. Any means. On it, let's see it. Here's the game 3. You need something here. They're gonna go ahead and ban out the Leoric, trying to ban out more of that percentage damage. If they know there's stuff, Logical Decision should ban Ana.
Oh, Stukov is always a solid ban as well.
Ana's their preferred healer with what they're setting up so far. It's what they picked last time. See if they move into it again. Could ban Stukov. Stukov was scary last game. But instead, it's going to be the Greymane ban. trying to limit some of that burst options as mages have already started to get as well. Blue Gul'dan open. Yeah, they've played Gul'dan 6 times, so they're definitely comfortable on it. Ariel's also available. They could just Ariel Gul'dan here with a large front line. They could run a Junkrat. They could run
The Hanzo that they ran
Trada.
on. Yep.
I'm just still open. Just really go CC heavy.
Yeah.
Give me Mephisto Ana! We're gonna get a Mephisto here from Contender.
So that's one hero I was thinking about that when we talked about mages earlier. That yeah, I see a lot of teams run Mephisto here, but Devil Cat did not run this hero once, right?
Nope,
I don't
not
think.
at all.
Yeah, so they have been showing us something that they haven't played all season long. So they didn't play the Stitches all season. They didn't play the Valera, I believe.
It's main
So-
tank Uther!
All right,
We
that's
got it.
like you got it. You
We got
got it.
Mephisto and we got main tank Uther. It's like both teams just decided to draft some of my favorite things. Show me an offlane Morales now to go with it. Just solo damage Mephisto. I'm okay with it. You're ahead. You can afford it. Come on. Instead, their last pick is going to be Sergeant Hammer because they're boring.
Hammer is coming out. One of the pick that I kinda thinking about before the draft.
The Hammer pick actually looks really good. There's not really a
Yeah.
whole lot of options on the side of logical decisions to approach it.
Right.
You already have to deal with the fact that ETC, Diablo, and Mephisto are going to be in the middle of your team. So, getting a Hammer to sit in the backline like that feels really cozy. As we're moving forward into Game 3 of Logical Decision versus Devil Keggs of the Best of 5 series, Division B West Coastal Finals. As we have Whoa No on Malfurion, Ulysses playing Mothiel, Snowglare, and Sylvanas, EJ15 playing the main tank Uther, and Ziltoid on Tychus.
On the right hand side, Devil Kick up to nothing on the series. B Train on Sergeant Hammer, Contender on Mephisto, Vesi on the Ana, Andrew on the ETC, and Ravenex on the Diablo.
So the sign of every Mephisto is, what do you pick at 1? 1 is the big one. 1 in 16. 7's like, most importantly, what's your level 1?
We'll find out what Contender takes here at level 1.
It's gonna be Hammer with a Lightbringer from Uther. He's gonna look to stun out a little bit. It is gonna be unyielding power from Mephisto. I like it. My favorite level 1 talent from him. Sure.
10 seconds.
See the game. Both teams
It's
posturing
lucky-
up here.
Logical Decision has kind of one dimension engage here. They try to chunk down either Diablo or ETC with Tychus and put a Lash Right on it. So
Yeah, they have a lot of percentage damage. Definitely a good front line there. Mephisto doing what Mephisto does, getting to dive in for free at level 1. 2 stacks on his Q. He needs to be careful though, because it is Sylvanas going back into that Q build again. Here, teams are just kind of posturing. Here, Raven X there. Gonna try to cut off the rotation of bot lane there, but it looks like they're just doing a 1-2-2 here. On the side of Logical Decision, just trying to play it safe, not trying to risk too many rotations there. Malphur's gonna root on the already self-rooted Hammer. Trying to do rotations here. B-Train just sitting in the bot lane.
and they can't do anything about
They're
it.
gonna
Like,
catch
they
Malph
just-
and they're gonna slam him and sleep him, but he's gonna be able to root and walk away. So, see how that continues to go on later on. I mean, you get to like level 13 and that's a dead Malph.
For sure. A lot of poke here out of the Devil Kicks. I'm just worried that I don't know how Logical Decision can get to any of their backlines.
I'm wanting to see full Q build from this Uther tank because it's his best sustained build, but I understand why he went into the Hammer of the Lightbringer. It's going to be a lot of mana return on the objective. Also, there's nothing wrong with getting CDR on a stun. Stuns are great. They're one of the strongest forms of CCs because they can't do anything. They're going to go ahead and push forward here on the side of Logical Decision. We have 4 versus 3 in the bot lane as Diablo's looking to rotate down as well. EDA 15 is going to scout it out, though. There's the Malfruit to deny it as well with the Uther stun. They're out of CC. They don't have level 4 yet on Uther, and they also are facing an Ana. They need to be very careful going forward there. Malphite's going to go ahead and pick up Stringly Vines for that anti-heal, as it's actually going to be Wono who's going to actually channel the objective for his team, saying, I can tank Malfurion if you can tank Uther, as Mephisto's going to dive in and give away a free kill.
So Devil had a bit of a misplay there. No one went on the point, and I think they should have had that camp there.
Yeah, if Malf can walk up for free like that and just steal your camp, you messed up something. As Savannah's passive is going to come out here, she did not go into Merc Queen this time around, instead of choosing Unstable Poison for the extra wave clear option. But it doesn't matter as they're able to shred the whole wall already. It's also bigger they are on Tychus here, as they're pushing forward on the side of Double Keggs. Speed
So they opened up the wall here. If they win the objective, it will be huge.
It will be. I mean, that's definitely a fort if they win it and they're alive. Potentially even a keep wall already. Should be crazy early to take a keep wall. And they already have an XP lead as well, even though they only have the 1 ping off between the extra camps, and just a little bit more mission soaking there. As we have ETC coming in from the side lane, ZD15, who's getting a little low here on the side. He's actually going to be the first to fall, but Dead Uther is not necessarily an unuseful Uther, as he's still in Ghost Form healing away. Malthael is trying to put out damage onto the Diablo there. His hammer is sieging up, though. That's really becoming the issue here, as they're going to go throw a root underneath, but they don't have a real good way of putting out damage onto the hammer. All their shorter range here. Ulysses still there trying to put out some damage. 31 to 20 right now on the objective, as Diablo's going to try to force back Sylvanas, their best option to poke it down, really, with her W spreading around. The objective, 31 to 33 now, is swap sides, and it's going to be a power slide, but it's going to be the Malfruit there, as EJ15 moves back in on the Uther. Mephisto looking to finish off, and then Mephisto actually using his W there with the blink, able to not only get out but secure the objective for his team. See how much use that Double Keggs can make of this.
They'll bring Hammer down here to push a bit. I feel like they can get a full keep here. I mean, for full fort here.
They were able to jump the Punisher here, and it is frozen, so he's going to turn off the building here in a second, which is going to give plenty of time for B-Train to finish off that wall on the hammer and move forward a little bit, as they are level 7. They're going to start sieging down here on this objective. The Sleep Dart does miss, but Malthael is on the sideline here. Diablo's going to force him back, though, to keep him from diving on anyone else. They're picking up Cleanse at 7. Makes sense. Cleanse is Cleanse. There's not really that many other important talents there. He could have taken the Wind Stun, get double CDR on his Q. So instead of taking once per second, it takes twice per second, putting it down to a 3-second cooldown, or 2-second cooldown. 2-second. Touch of Death, so reduce healing there from Malthael. So Q build talents, Relentless Soldier, which also makes sense. Is anti-stun into a Diablo front line is definitely useful.
So both teams are just trying to get some more XP here. Logical decision, pick up the bottom camp. Trying to get something on that fort, but with Hammer here defending.
Our Mephisto's gonna move in as well with the Diablo punish there. They're moving forward. Hammer's going to back up a little bit now, but they do have the siege camp pushing forward. They don't have Merc Queen. Malthael is able to double soak here for them on the side of Logical Decision. ETC's trying to keep up. Here is the rear comes the root. They need to put the root underneath the shade, not underneath Mephisto, which he blinks. That's the best way to punish him, really, is to punish the shade.
So once again, they cannot get too much out of any pressure that they try to get.
Yeah.
Because Hammer just clear up everything, and Mephisto poking, jumping.
Become very threatening at level 10 depending on what ults you pick up here. But it's going to be level 10 picked up first for Logical Decision, right? now.
They do have a small window here. Let's see if they would take it.
They picked up Tranquility on Mouth, and I feel like the silence would have been better because you already know the enemy front line's diving into you. As long as the Mephisto could potentially silence all three of them pretty easily, but it's gonna be Tranquility for the extra sustain. Last rites, of course, Willing Arrow, Divine Shield, so he's gonna go for the more savvy tanky Uther, so it's a utility tank Uther instead of the hard CC tank Uther. It's Commandeer Odin coming out from Tychus, of course, instead of the Drill. Drill's good into frontline, so he could have gone to Drill without much issue. They're going to go ahead and stun ETC, and there's the root follow-up as well. Do they have enough damage to finish him off, though? Not quite, as the Honor Grenade was able to save him there. They did get BFG, though, to come out from Hammer, meanwhile, to try to finish off Ulysses, who was also able to escape there.
Next Shrine coming up here. Both teams are already here.
We have Uther being stunned a little bit here. Besides BFG, you also have Durance of Hate for the root. You have Nano Boost, Mosh Pit, and APOC. There's a lot of CC ultis coming out here from Double Keggs, so we'll see how they're able to make use of those going forward as their Bruiser camp is finished off, as Ulysses is still looking to kill off Shrine Minions. 11-4 so far on the objective.
So logical decision have to spread out a bit here, because if the Durance of Hate land or March Pit land,
there's a Durance of Hate and a Mosh Pit into 3, followed up with the APOC Mephisto damage, and it's going to be Uther is going to be the first to fall again. We have Commandeer Odin coming out now, Tranquility also used. As they're looking here, 15-18 on the objective goes to Uther, goes away. Sylvanas is moving forward here. There's another combo from Commandeer Odin. He's going to get Power Slid now. And it's about to run out, I believe. It's got a little bit of timing left. It's going to drop now. Is the root from Mouth with the bigger they are from Tychus, as there's a big Power Slide on Ulysses. BFG coming out quite again. Ravenex there going to push it out, but he's not quite going to be saved from the last rites. 35-26 on the objective. Now we'll see if with the power of Uther behind them they're able to push forward, or if the ETC can sneak it in behind them. 37 on that. And it's going to go over to Double Keggs again. And it's going to be the Durance of Hate missing, but it was Ulysses there who's looking to potentially pay with his life. And it's going to be Sylvanas being stunned by the Diablo. Ziltoid looking pretty low right now with the Punisher on top of him as well. Mouth is going to jump forward, so is Mephisto. And it's going to be Malfurion who's going to pay with his life here.
trying to peel for ETC. I mean, Tychus. So once again, Devil Keggs took the objective now, marching down to the keep wall.
Relative to I think they leave here. Yeah, they're just gonna leave here. 23% left. It's gonna be cleaned up pretty rapidly. Even gonna be jumped across the wall.
Yeah, looking at the Mephisto, Mathiel here.
Diablo stun, BFG coming out as well. Sleep Dart coming out, anti-heal coming out as well. He's gonna fall here. He's got plenty of dot damage on him, and there he goes to Mephisto. Go ahead and finish him off, and that's gonna be 13s picked up on the side of Devil Keggs.
They probably now, right? They would just try to get out of camps, finish up that bottom fort there.
As Hammer is looking to siege up and potentially finish off bottom fort to secure the second fort, them to give that extra bonus passive XP. Andrew's going to miss the power slide there onto E-Day 15 as Ravenex and Easy are going to finish the well. Featuring Andrew are returning to the bottom siege camp. Head and look to pick that up as 13 is now picked up on the side. The logical decisions.
If you're a logical decision, what do you think will be the plan to make a comeback here?
Kill the enemy core.
Alright, that's a good strat, but how do you get there?
You win objectives. Really, they need to start looking at ways to win the objective. They're usually there first, which is a good sign. They're not without hope. They're not too far behind in XP. now have Unstoppable for
Yep.
Mathiel. She's going to be a little bit freer to dive, potentially on the hammer, bait out her knockback, and then let Uther walk at her. Person her unsiege or run away. You have to be careful of the mosh pit counter engage there. But they have that option. They still have D-Shield available. They have Wailing. They have last rights to try to pick off. I think their biggest issue right now is the Diablo, who's only at 43 souls. So you have a chance to finish him off pretty quickly as well. They need to pick off at the start of these fights. They can't run super long.
Yep. So far, I think they had a hard time trying to chunk down anyone with Tychus before the last right comes in. So they had to stay in fight for a bit too long than they want. I would actually like to, I think Sylvanas picked the Welling Arrow, which is usually the pick, but I think a Mind Control here wouldn't be too bad, but...
Camp picked up on the side of Devil Keggs as both teams posture around. Third objective of the game, which I think is more... Not Frozen. Arcane, I think is...
it's Arcane, yep.
It's Arcane. It changed color. I was... the countdown one. Arcane Punishers. We're going to see all 3 Punishers here in a row. 16s are picked up for Devil Keggs, which makes it really hard for logical decisions to really contest this.
The good thing is mid lane is the most protected lane so far for logical decisions, so even if they lose this objective, they can still defend it.
Even though they're down 16, they're the aggressive ones here. I guess you're free to just defend B-Train here on the hammer side of Double Keggs, while Mephisto just continuously jumps in on cool safe position of that bush. 14 to 28 on the objective, but both teams are posturing around it. So level 16 is now picked up on the side of logical decisions, which I imagine will be when they push forward here. There's the Endurance of Hate on Sylvanas and Mouth, but there's no follow-up there at all. Wailing Arrow used as well to stop the tanks from diving in as Mephisto continues to dance around here. BFG comes out on the E-Day, but it's not quite enough as the objective is picked up for Double Keggs, and they're actually going to go ahead and pick off Uther meanwhile. In the back, Jump's going to come out on Mouth. Is there any follow-up? Mephisto's going to go ahead and put out his damage combo on it, but no other follow-up available for Double Keggs.
Yep, they did not need to play aggressive, like they can just sit back, let Hammer poke at the objective, and now they get the objective once again.
Yeah, Mephisto forced to go rotate away to clean up the Bruiser camp that was picked up by Double Keggs here. There's going to be a 2-man jump coming out there as well, but no sidewalls broken just yet for follow-up availability. As Commandeer Odin is dropped by Tychus to help defend.
Devil Kick got a full wall here. Top Bruiser Cam still pushing a little bit. Mathiel trying to finish it off. Bot lane is giving some pressure as well, with a couple of waves sent to catapults.
Good camp rotations coming out from Double Keggs here, taking the aggressive camp bot and take their camp here. Try to keep constant pressure in as many as they can, because when this camp gets cleared, you're going to realize that there's another camp coming down that lane. Bottom camp has as well.
So now both teams, Devil Kick trying to just keep on the pressure. Now they look to be rotating bot with a couple of people showing on the map, mid and top. They're trying to push it here.
And with Tychus, they're going to try to catch up, but it's going to be the counter stun of Raven X that's going to keep overpowered from putting him too far out of position to be able to get away there. As the camp has arrived, with the power of Hammer behind it, as you have the sun going out on the Andrew, there's the Wailing Arrow onto 2, but the root from Mouth is going to miss there. As Commandeer Odin comes back up as well. Trying to force a fight before 20 here. BFG's going to come out. There's going to be a mosh pit onto 1, just going to hit Uther here. And Mitchell's trying to walk into it, but it's going to be Uther falling again. keeps being the first one to die on the side of logical decisions, but Andrew's getting pretty low there, but Snow Glare on top of him. And there goes the ghost form of Uther. Logical decision still chasing here. Ziltroid looking to finish off ETC in the backline. It's going to be last rights. He's going to die. Contender going to also die after blinking back in as well.
Well, is this what they need to have an attempt to come back on this game?
They need a hard push here where they only have a one-man advantage, but Alfio backed off to try to get some of this camp done so they can get minions potentially.
Without a
communication that they're just Savannah's passing.
Right.
She's gonna try to back in this bush. She might get away. She's gonna go ahead and get away. These both teams potentially are gonna go clear their bruiser camp now.
Yeah, without a tank, I don't think they could take the full fort there with all the pokes that Devil Keg has.
Devil Keg 15 was gonna go try to steal the bruiser away. So they're gonna posture around this objective here in the bot lane. Try to get ready and stop the hammer from being able to set up in a good position this time and win their first objective of the game. They're on it. They're going to have plenty of time here to get set up.
I think they forget rotate slightly a bit too late here. I don't know if they will get here in time. They will get here in time, but logic decision is 20 up 20 on.
Mosh pit for 15 more seconds, as now they're going to start pumping out big damage here. Ziltoid going to get hit. There's going to be Dirts of Hate APOC as well. Alp's going to get CC chained by it, and it might be his death, but it's going to be D-Shield coming out from the Uther, who's going to go ahead and fall instead. This Mouth also used Tranquility there. Level 20s are now available for Double Keggs, and are actually locking him in pretty well during this fight, as it's going to be Diablo falling once again to last rights. Meanwhile, Andrew in the backline is trying to force it, and it was the first objective picked up. Deathmatch hitting 3. But it was the first objective picked up for logical decisions. This could they could
be
try
game
to
here.
Yeah, they could try. They have the Sylvanas available. It is a 4v4 though.
With Punisher.
They're still down 20 though. You gotta keep that in mind as well. But Lord Terror, they're now 20 as well. See how they push forward here. E-Train being forced to move because the Mortar Punisher targeting it. They're able to take the whole wall. They still have 40% left on the Punisher here to try to take the keep and fort if they're going to try to go all the way. Their own core is about to be pressured by minions. Meanwhile, there is 2 Katas there, but Uther's revived to try to deal with that. Durance of Hate and BFG coming out there onto Tiger, who's going to go ahead and fall there. 2-man Root coming out from Malf, who's also going to pop Tranquility there. Did not feel like they needed Tranquility, as they lose another keep on the side of Decision.
So ETC just came back for Devil Keggs and Tychus. It's not up for another 45 seconds. So are they looking to?
What are they looking to steal?
I pick the camps, play safe, I guess.
Play lane, win games. We're gonna go ahead and secure that camp once again on the side of Double Keggs, as they're looking to invade the Bruiser camp here. Barely
and
gonna get scouted out by Savannah. It's really good heads up play from Snow Glare there to have that timing down to just scout it out at max range there. They're gonna go ahead and secure the enemy Bruiser camp now on the side of Double Keggs, forcing them to defend that. They did lose 7% on their core. All the alts are now back up for both teams.
But I think it will come down to one team fight here. Logical decision did open up that bottom keep, so that's opened up a win condition for them.
Now they're going to go ahead and pick up their own siege camp, and then I imagine they're going to rotate to the bot lane, pressure down there, try to get the last keep of the game. That way Winions have a chance to end the game with them. Not a whole lot of action right now as both teams are playing. Well, one team is playing defensively, one's trying to just take all the camps. So we'll see how it plays out. Probably at the next objective, which will be, or if they choose to push with this camp at the keep.
Next objective, it will be in the mid lane, an Arcane Punisher. Logical decision trying to bush here, trying
They're gonna
to.
catch the ETC here, but they miss it up. They messed it
Right.
up. They missed the Malfruit, and ETC didn't get the stun off.
Yeah, ATC just basically walk into that bush and should get punished there. Oh,
Could have power slide potentially, but Uther's gonna give his own life to make sure Smosh gets out with the D shield.
free redemption with the. So he will come back.
Really heads up play on his to be able to get the Syl out, knowing he was gonna revive.
Because
The
if
objective
that,
spawns in time.
right, because if that death would be anyone else, this game could be over already.
Sure. 'Cause we have Odin down already. D shield's down, and only BFG is down on the side of double Keggs here. Agent knows they're there. They already knew Ulysses his position.
They need to win this objective logical decision. They have to push in.
They're at an alt disadvantage still. Might just be waiting for BFG. It's gonna force the Z from E-Train there. As there is a mosh pit with Durance of Hate coming out. It's gonna be unstoppable, but it's gonna be the last rights
Diablo.
picking off the Diablo again, but he's gonna trade his life away there on Mephisto. Or Mephisto's gonna go ahead and trade it for Mathael. 1-for-1 trade so far, a tank for a offlaner. As we're gonna have the Malfru come out now on the ETC. Top that, we do have to be aware of Death March coming out one if they do secure the kill onto ETC. Here's Ziltor getting preload there as well.
And thing logical
18 to
decision
32
has
on the objective,
five here.
232 health there on the Tychus as it's now EJ 15, 500, 100 health. It's going to be Uther that he's not going to be reviving this time as the Arcane Punisher is secured for doubled Keggs. Ziltor's still going to potentially get cut out. Power Slide's already down though. He's going to go ahead and he's going to be forced to pop Commandeer Odin here to try to force it out. He does have the big red button. And they're going to find him here. They ping it out. There's the Mephisto who's able to actually land 3. There's going to be a Power Slide barely catching out Ziltor here. 160 health on left on him. It's going to be Durance of Hate missing as he does land the big red button too. The Punisher's going to jump, so Vanus is going to jump away. It's Tranquility coming up from Tychus to make sure his team survives. Ulysses is back already. He does have no one can stop death. And this core is taking away pretty fast. Remember, 7% was already down on it. It's going to be Nano Boost on Mephisto meanwhile. He's trying to put in as much work as he can. Ziltoid's getting low once again, and that is game 3. 3-0 coming out from Double Keggs.
Very dominating by the Devil Keggs, I believe. They came in as the 7th seed, move all the way through the bracket, and take down the B West Coastal Final.
Putting out quite a bit of healing there. Mephisto putting out both Mephisto and Sergeant Hammer had 91,000 hero damage. It's quite about a lot of hero. Meanwhile, Mathael though, 217,000 siege damage coming out from him.
Yeah, that logical decision just did not have the answer for Sergeant Hammer in that game, which means they cannot really dictate the pace.
Reach out to people there on Double Keggs for an interview. Down to an NGS lobby chat, we will talk to hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
So, you guys won 3-0. How does it feel? Division B West Coastal winners.
Pretty fantastic, if I can be honest. We kind of are upset because now we have to play another game instead of going to play WoW Classic, but, you know, we'll take it.
The burdens of winning, right?
Right, dude, it sucks.
So, let's go in reverse order, because that's the freshest order in our mind right now. Hammer. Was that a pre-planned pick, or is that just because it looked like a good Hammer game?
Absolutely not. It basically came down to when they picked Uther, we recognized that they had like negative range, and we've played Hammer one time this entire season, and we got stomped. And I looked at my boys, and I was like, "What if I pick Hammer?" And they were like, "I don't know, it didn't work so well last time." And I was like, "I'm picking it." And then I just picked it, and I told them to believe, and we all, everybody kind of played well with it. It's literally something we've never practiced, we've never played it outside of that one random game, and it just kind of worked out. It was kind of like a last second choice, I guess.
One of those heroes that if left uncontested just kind of takes the game.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I didn't do much that game. I just auto attacked minions. It was mostly Mephisto just setting up mad combos and damaging everybody.
Your guys' hero damage was 300.
Yeah, but like mine's inflated. I had percent damage and I had 40% attack speed for the last 2 minutes of the game, so I was boosting numbers.
Game 2 was Dragonshire. You guys ran Stitches there. Kind of you guys ran Stitches, Valera, kind of like a pickoff comp. You guys seem to favor the pickoff comps in game 1 and 2. Is that just how you guys like playing? Is that pickoff style?
Not exactly. It basically came down to Contender was tired of playing mages and I was tired of playing mages, so we decided to start playing things that didn't really involve them. Game 1, we kind of got shoehorned into it, but game 2, we kind of just looked at draft and we knew kind of what their team was going to play. We knew what heroes they like, what heroes they've played against us in the past. We fully expected Zagara and Anduin to get picked up, and I think we just got to the end, and our original plan was to pick Garrosh, but there was a Lunara, and I was going to be playing tank that game, so I was like, nah, I'm playing Stitches. And it's kind of one of those last minute things again. Like, they didn't have percent damage, so Stitches was just kind of a free pick.
You ended up going for the 60 globe quest, and I think you got to like 5.
Yeah, I didn't get that far.
Have you ever finished it?
I got to 100.
Outside of ARAM.
Damn it, I got to 104 in Brawl yesterday.
I finished in ARAM.
No,
I don't finish anywhere else.
the highest I've gotten in an actual game wasn't even an NGS game, it was a scrim. I think I got to like 48 or 49.
Just the way there. It's a really hard quest to finish. It takes a long time to collect 60 globes.
It is, especially when they made me stay in bot lane the whole game and I couldn't go mid and top for globes.
Yeah, you need to get like Tomb of the Spider Queen with an Alex Strauss that gets the globe quest to give you more globes.
Oh, it's so fun.
You almost got the pick off there at one point onto Blaze. You were able to hook him off the dragon, forge him, and then walked him behind the wall, but he was able to kill the wall just barely with his Q and dash out.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but it still worked out for us because we got a DK and they wasted bunker. So
yeah, and you got the W.
That's like the last thing on my mind. I was going for crazy hooks that game. That's all I cared about.
And then in game one was Towers of Doom. You guys ran Taunt Variant. Is Taunt Variant something you guys practiced?
No, we kind of like get to the end of draft and Raven always wants to play Twin Blades, and then he picks it, and then he always chickens out and goes taunt because we yell at him if he picks Twin Blades. So it just kind of worked out.
Lane, move Arthas back in the man.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to do. He's just also not comfortable playing Arthas in that main tank spot. Sometimes he likes to go meme Dragosa and auto attacks, and we tell him no. So he just says, "Oh, I'll just play Twin Blades."
I mean, why not? Why not? Taunt looked very good though. You're the Jaina spells for it. You were able to use bullet. It didn't quite work off, but once you guys had 10, with that extra bullet damage and stuff, start securing a lot of snowballing.
Yeah, especially because like a lot of Jaina's blizzards have to be committed to wave clear in the early game because they were out clearing us like crazy, especially with the double soak, and our Arthas can't double soak that. So we had to kind of blow a lot of cooldowns outside of pick situations. And once Icy Veins comes online, and once I get 10 and I get Welly, it just adds just enough, especially with Curse Bullet. Greymane takes the top 40% off, and then I just come cash checks and leave. So,
yeah. Key, do you have anything you want to talk to him about?
No, I actually kind of surprised that they said most of those picks are kind of last minute decision during the draft, because I feel like you guys got what you guys wanted, like all 3 games, and just basically ran with it, basically dominating the whole series.
Yeah, our drafting goes as follows. We get in, we say, this is what we're going to ban. and then we show 5 heroes. 3 of them usually get banned, so we get 2 that we wanted, and then the other 3 are just kind of like a roll of the dice as to who wants to play what.
That's exciting. Exciting way to draft.
Sometimes it doesn't work though. That is its flaw.
Yeah, it's true. Do we know who you're facing yet?
I think Beast Coast. I'm not sure. Yeah, they beat Trump yesterday, right?
Well, I guess then that's your grand final.
It looks like Beast Coast versus the Real, but has not happened yet.
Yeah, they played yesterday.
Did they? The results haven't been posted yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Beast Coast 3-0'd, so we'll be playing Beast Coast.
That's fun. I casted Beast Coast.
Yeah, dude, they're going all the way too. These low seeds, man, we're getting up there.
Yeah, Seed 4 versus Seed 7 on the grand finals of 2 divisions. Or of Division B.
Do you have any plans for them for the
that
next
you are
years?
okay with saying?
Show 5 heroes in draft, get 3 of them banned. One of the things I can specifically say is whoever was, if any of you Beast Coast boys are watching, whoever your melee Zul'jin was on the Alterac game, I promise they won't stand in melee range of us. It won't work. We watched a little bit and we were like, man, I can't believe Trump didn't punish them for certain things. So, we got a little bit of film to look over, a little bit of stats of the storm that one of our people will probably post and none of us will look at. So that's how that's going to go. So I guess we'll probably see in draft what's going to happen.
It's a play style. You're able to make it work. Any shoutouts that you want to do?
I want to shout out my team, obviously, and then our sub right now who's in Twitch chat, Stroke. What up, dog? We had to shuffle some people around mid-season, and we had to get people to switch to different roles and move up. So just huge shout outs to my team and everyone that's supporting us in this Twitch stream. Hi, Andrew's wife. Hi. Andrew didn't feed, make it more toxic. And then shout out to you guys and Logical Decision for casting the game and then for giving us the grand finals that NGS deserved in B West.
Key, do you have any shoutouts that you want to do?
No, good to be here again, co-casting with you. So hope to do it a lot more, maybe in one of the grand finals, or if not, next season.
So thank you all for coming out to watch. You can find us on Twitter on the handle below my name. You can also follow us and get notifications turned on for no live. And as always, we'll see you next time in the Nexus.